What's up, YouTube? So today's topic, I'm gonna talk about social and emotional intelligence because it just seems like most people I come across with they lack in those things. Or I see how people interact with other people, they lack in those things. And so originally, me growing up, being around a lot of people and being around this world, I kind of assume people have the same moral beliefs and same emotional intelligence as I do. Not saying I'm perfect, I still have a lot of things to work on, but at the same time, I feel like most people is kind of a bold word, but we do have some people or plenty of people who seem to lack a lot of emotional intelligence, right? Because I've noticed whenever I'm interacting with someone, whether it be online or in person, what really turns someone off, it could be through any situation. It could be like a platonic friendship situation. It could be a romantic situation. It could even be like a family situation. If you're the type of person who like, when you engage in conversations with people, if you're the type of person who likes to always fucking like talk and just run your mouth and not be that, you don't let the person you're hanging out with or you're engaging to, if you don't ask them questions, if you don't give them room to speak, if you're always talking about shit, always about your fucking self, that's gonna turn someone off to not want to fucking talk to you or to not be around you. You're gonna be annoying and they're gonna view you as fucking retarded and they don't want nothing to do with you. I feel like a lot of women can relate to this, especially when they're dating when they're dating like multiple guys, or as women are living their lives, they're around like a lot of guys or men they're dating around or hanging around with. I'm sure women experience where like they've dealt with guys where they're dating and like these guys will always talk about themselves and everything's always about them, but yet they don't ask questions about the women. They don't ask questions about the lady. They don't make her feel important, or like, because it's always about the fucking guy, right? So I feel like that would draw women to either break up with guys or to leave them or to like kind of ghost them in some way. And you know what I'm saying? They get creeped out by men like that because they've been around men who always talk about them fucking selves, right? And that's what I'm talking about when people lack emotional and social intelligence. Cause like, I don't understand. Like, it's not that hard. Like, I don't know what it is about people, but I hate people who like, they always talk about themselves. I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's because maybe they have a fragile ego. I feel like some people, they have a fragile ego. They have a lot of insecurity. So when they're out in the real world, they feel inadequate and they feel like they just feel like they're inadequate. They feel like they can't meet up to people's standards. So when they're engaging in like someone where they think they can dominate, or like they think like they have more knowledge, even though they don't, they're just being delusional because they have a lot of ego because they feel like a failure or they feel like a loser. Then that's when they like to talk about themselves and everything's always about them. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, I just been around certain people and like they always talk about themselves, and like I was kind of going along with it, not purposely, but I was kind of feeling this person out, and like I'm saying in my mind, I'm like, wow, this person's a fucking retard. You know what I'm saying? And that kind of turned me off and wanting to like be friends with them and to like, even hang out with them. You know what I'm saying? Or even to like work out with them, because like this shit's annoying, dude. Like I hate people. I can't stand people like that. You know. Here's some game for you guys, and it shouldn't even be called a game. But if you want to if you want to gain friends and have influence over people, whether it be if you want to like a girlfriend, if you want to attract romantic relationships, you want to attract friendships, if you want to like have a lot of connections and networking with people, y'all better fucking listen. Don't when you're engaging with people, stop talking about your fucking self. Learn how to shut the fuck up sometimes. Ask the person you're engaging with, ask them questions, ask them how they're doing, make them feel important. Yes, it is possible you can use your own perspectives and your life experiences to focus on that other person. You can project that shit towards someone in a good way, instead of talking about every fucking time about yourself and projecting your interests and your shit, and you always fucking running your mouth and shit, and you don't even ask the other person fucking questions, or like you don't ask them, if you don't make this person like, people, they know if they're feeling used. So if you're the type of person who likes to fucking use people, even if you don't do this shit purposely, even if you're not realizing you're doing it, because maybe you lack life experience, you lack social experiences with people, you don't put yourself out there, which even then it's not even that hard, because me, I prefer to stay alone. I prefer to stay introverted. But whenever I'm out and about, I don't fucking make people feel inadequate. I don't fucking talk all about my fucking self all the time, when I'm around people, if anything, I'm the opposite. I love to ask people questions. I want to learn about other people. I want to know what interests them, what intrigues them. I like to make people feel seen, heard, understood, and important. And I feel like that plays a huge role because me, and even to this day, I'm able to form a lot of close connections. I've formed close bonds. I have good networking and stuff like that. And it's easy for me to have people like me. Not because I'm being fake or being a people pleaser. It's not that, but it's more so I make people feel important. And that works in the dating game as well. You see all these people who attract a lot of women. The reason why they're able to attract a lot of women like that whenever they want, they're able to spit game on them, is because they make women feel important. I'm not saying be like a simp or a kiss ass, always making the person feel important and neglect yourself. No, this is where common sense and balance comes in. So when you're interacting with a person, you ask them questions, you ask them how they're doing, you make them feel important. And you ask them questions about what interests them, what's their hobbies, what they love and don't like, and stuff like that. And you can also switch it up by telling that person what you like, how your beliefs or how your passions and things you like aligns with theirs. Or if you disagree with what they like, then you can respectfully do that, but give them try to give them a new perspective on your own perspectives and shit like that. And then that's how you two form good communication and conversation skills where you two feel important, you two don't feel neglected. Human beings don't like feeling neglected. Any being, any spirit in a body don't want to feel neglected. So if you're the type of person where you always talk about yourself, don't get me wrong. If it's I'm not saying in every situation. If you're for example, if you make live videos, right, and if you're doing like a Q&A, a question and answers, then yeah, there's nothing wrong with always talking about yourself and not worrying about the other person. No, that's good because the purpose of it is so your subscribers can ask you questions and you talk about yourself. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in real life. I'm talking about if you're trying to hang out with someone, if you're dating, or if it's a non Q&A live or some shit like that. And it's always, I hate people like that, man. I can't stand people I'm always for some reason in my life, I've always been around people who are so they're just so fucking self-centered. And I feel like these people, I feel like some of them do it purposely. This is where it gets narcissism. But I feel like I genuinely feel like there are people who don't know any better. There are people who they just don't know that they just don't have the social awareness. They don't have the social intelligence. They don't have the social skills to know the right balance between engaging conversations with people, and I thought I was pretty bad at it, but no, I'm actually great compared to the average person, because I realized the average person, they're just so emotionally stuck up. You know what I'm saying? And it's, I don't mean in a good way where oh, they're focused on themselves, they have a healthy ego, or they think highly of themselves, or they have a lot of self-love for themselves. It's not that. It's more so they're just fucking retarded. They're fucking dumb. And these people want to wonder why people don't want to deal with them, people don't want to tolerate them, or people just don't want to fuck with them. It's because you always talk about your fucking self. Learn to shut the fuck up. Learn when to shut the fuck up. Here's another life hack. When you're interacting with people, put them in your shoes. If all the things you're saying, and if you're not asking them questions, and if you're not making them feel important or seen or heard or understood, or if you're not giving them empathy, would you like that shit someone to do that to you? Would you like that if someone were to do that shit to you? No, the fuck you wouldn't, right? You'll be annoyed and you'll leave. So what makes you think that if you were to do that towards any fucking person, you think that they're just gonna stay in your life? It doesn't work like that, you fucking retard. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like there are generally people who don't know any better. Again, I don't know why. I wish I knew why, but my theory, or my conclusion is that maybe people lack social skills, maybe they weren't raised properly, or maybe they never put themselves out there, or I don't know what it is, man. Because me, I consider myself as an introvert, but whenever I'm around people, I know when to I know how to make people feel important. It's not even that hard. You just gotta have empathy for people. Treat people how you want to be treated. That's it. And be genuine too. I understand we're all unique. We all have God-given gifts. We're all meant for great things. I get it. So people's what they like, you may not like it, but goddamn, at least hear someone out. Or ask them questions on why they like it. Give them reasons why they like the things they do. Or ask them questions about themselves, about their life, what interests them, their upbringing, what they like and don't like, how they view the world, how they deal with other people and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Damn, man. And that's how you track. That's how you form healthy connections like that. Because I feel like a lot of people in this life, I feel like they have, I'm not sure, to be honest. I'm not sure if a lot of people have low self-esteem, or if they don't know themselves, or maybe it's because they lack spiritual information. Because the more you know about spirituality, the more you know how life works, the more you know about yourself, you're going to be aware that like everyone is connected, and like how you treat people is how you treat yourself, and like the laws of karma, the laws of energy. The more you know about that, you're going to realize that like you know how to interact with people, and you learn to not take life personally. At the same time, you take life seriously, so you can become great, but you don't take life personal, because you're aware that everyone's connected. We all have a spirit. There's an afterlife, and like everyone suffers, and you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. Like, just I don't know. I really can't stand people like that shit. Like, it seems like whenever I give people the benefit of the doubt, and like there's always ways where they disappoint the fuck out of me, and it's not me being nitpicky. It's not me being judgmental. It's not that. Because I'm a very cool, understanding, very open-minded person. But at the same time, I also have balance. I know right from wrong. So if I'm with someone, if I could tell they're on some bullshit, or if I could tell they lack social intelligence, they lack the social awareness, if they just like if they lack spiritual awareness in general, then I don't want to be around you, and I don't give a fuck about you. I just don't, you know. And obviously, I still have grace for people, because I get it. I'm talking about people that don't know what they're doing. I get it. We're all learning. People, they just don't know any better. But I'm just like, how you're a grown adult and you don't know the proper ways to communicate with people. I get it. Maybe you love what you do, or you're passionate about talking about yourself. But goddamn, at least let other people talk. If you're trying to make someone feel small, if you're trying to make someone feel like they're not heard, or understood, or seen, then what the fuck is your problem? Then don't even fucking hang out with them. Don't be around them. If anything, just leave. You know what I'm saying? But people actually like to use other people, because again, I'm not sure it's because they have a low self-esteem, they have a fragile ego, and now they're forced, or they feel like they have to talk about themselves so they can feel superior, because they don't feel superior deep inside. Deep inside, they feel like a fucking loser, because they feel like they can't manifest, or they feel like they're not important in the fucking real world and shit like that. So when they meet random people, or they interact with people without giving them the time of day, they'll self-sabotage without them even realizing they're self-sabotaging, because they have such a fucking fragile ego. So they're in survival mode, because they're trying to get their ego fed by draining other people's fucking energy, by constantly talking about yourself and not giving other people room to talk about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's all about equal give and take, man. The reason why a lot of relationships don't work out is because of communication. And it's not even like shyness. It's more so like there has to be an equal give and take. Like one of the keys to great communication and socializing and bonding with people is having empathy. Have fucking empathy, man. Treat people how you want to be treated. If you're the type of person where you like empathy and you like using people, well, you're a fucking dumbass and you're a hypocrite, because would you like it someone to do that to you? No, the fuck you wouldn't. Why? Because you have no problem using people and stealing their fucking energy. And you like to do that shit. Even deep down, you're aware that that's wrong, but you still do it anyways, because that's how fucking weak you are. But at the same time, you don't like when other people do that to you, right? So that makes you selfish as fuck, and you're draining their energy, and you're wasting their fucking time, especially as an adult. So I can't stand people like that. I hate selfish people like that. Like, if you're that type of person, just don't go nowhere near me. Get the fuck out of my life, because like you're just useless. You're just annoying. You think you're superior, you think like you know it all, but you don't. You're the opposite. People and just because people don't show you how they truly feel about you, it doesn't mean like that they actually care about you. No, they could put on a fake smile, they could put on a fake face, they could act like they fuck with you, but deep down inside, they're planning on not wanting to be around you at all. They think about how much they fucking can't stand you. And I feel like women can relate to this, because I've heard stories where like with guys where they mess up in datings, or like they always talk about themselves and shit, and they don't give room to like ask the female or their interests about them. They don't give them questions, and that forces women to be turned off. I get where women are coming from, because dealing with this, like when it comes to like a friendship situation, that shit gets annoying, bro. And that's why a lot of people are just losers in this world, because And isn't that ironic? Like the more you self-centered, the more you arrogant you are, the more you actually self-sabotage connections and you ruin your life. Versus if you were a very like open-hearted person with a lot of empathy, who's very like emotional, like, and when I say emotional, very like emotional intelligent, that's not afraid to show your sensitive side, and you have a lot of empathy for people. Not too much, because like I said, it's a fucking balance. But I guess people don't know about that, which is weird, because it's common sense. But if you have those things, then you're actually going to attract a lot of great things into your life, because you're not creating bad karma, you're not screwing people over, you're not wasting their energy when you're constantly using people, or either that, or like even if you're aware of it or you're not aware of it. Stop using people. Stop wasting people's time and energy. Stop making people feel small, even though damn well you feel small, but you're trying to project your inferiority into other people and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I hate people like that, man. Why the fuck are you so pathetic? Yes, you're meant for great things. You're here. You're unique. That's why you're still alive. That means you're important. So why do you feel inadequate? And I get it why people do that. I'm not gonna get into that, but I get it. But it's just like, I feel like it's very weak if you're to project that shit towards other people. Because there are times where I feel inadequate and I feel like I need a lot of things to work on. But goddamn, but if I'm around people, I don't take time out of my day to make people feel smart, to use people like that. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? It's just weird, man. Like, I don't want people to do that. It's just annoying. So here's the number one rule to make friends. If you want to make friends, if you want to gain women, if you're a guy, if you're a woman, if you want to get around and be around the right types of men out there, or if you're a guy, if you want to be around the right types of women or whatever, or if you want to attract friends, here's the rules. Have empathy, treat people how you want to be treated, pretend you're in their shoes, equal give and take. Don't be too self-centered and all about yourself. Make that person feel important. Don't make him feel small. Don't make him feel unseen, heard, or understood. If you make a person feel seen, heard, understood, whether male or female, dating, family, friend, anything, you're going to have that person really rock with you, regardless of the situation. If you make that person feel heard, seen, understood, you're going to make that person important. You're going to make that person rock with you. I don't care what's their status, what situation you're in. It's automatic that they're going to view you at a higher light, and they want to be in your life, and that's how you create good connections that are worthwhile, that are worth it in this life. You know what I'm saying? So if you're watching this, just please, man, like, if you're talking to people don't want to feel used. So if you're aware of this or not, it doesn't hurt to ask someone questions about them. It doesn't hurt to say how they're doing. It doesn't hurt to figure out what they like. Act like you care. Like, don't be afraid to show your emotions. If you care about someone, let it be known. Express that shit. Obviously, don't be weird about it. But like I said, there's a fucking balance. But I guess not too many people know about that. So it's all about common sense. Just treat people how you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just that simple. But oh no, man, it's a little rant. But like, I'm honestly, because like that shit was annoying. I personally dealt with a couple people that were like this, man. I hate people like that. Even like family members. The reason why I cut all of my family members off, they're all narcissistic, because they focus on themselves. Because like they're abusive, is because they can't get their own needs met. So when you see a person like me who sets boundaries, who have self-respect and self-love, and I call out bullshit and injustices, they don't like that, because they can't form they can't generate positive energy within themselves.